most of the nanoparticles which are synthesized by chemical methods, they form colloids. Colloids are known since a very long period of time. Colloids are a class of materials which exist in two or more phases, like solid, liquid or gas, and they can coexist. So in this particular scenario, you can take a variety of examples which you see in your day-to-day life around you. So a liquid in gas is fog. Liquid in liquid, fat droplets in milk. Solid in liquid, you can take example of toothpaste. Tinted glass, you can take example of solid in solid. Gas in liquid, I think the best example for that would be foam. So these are some of the colloids wherein you see two or more materials existing in, coexisting together in different phases. Nanoparticles also do the same. Even you can take example of some biological colloids. Biological colloids, best example could be bones and blood. They coexist, but they are of different phases. Now, when you talk about such colloids, we need to understand that there is going to be some surface atom interactions which help them to coexist. Colloids are particles which have large surface area to volume ratio. And at the same time, we need to understand that this is one of the most important properties that you will see in case of nanoparticles which exist in the form of colloids. Now, one of the property that you will see for these colloidal particles is Brownian motion. So when fine particles, they are dispersed in a liquid medium, you will see that they show some kind of slight sluggish movement. And that's what we call as Brownian movement. Brownian motion you have also learned as an example of motility for organisms like E. coli. So the way E. coli would move in a liquid medium, similarly nanoparticles also will exhibit Brownian or sluggish motion when you try to disperse them in a liquid phase. There can also be charge on colloids, and there could be some of the counter ions that you could make use of to tag these colloidal particles, such that these colloidal particles get a charge that you desire, so that you can make use of these colloidal nanoparticles which have a specific charge for interaction with specific molecules. Now, to give charge to colloidal particles, you can tag them with ions, you can coat them with ions. And these coating ions are what we call as dopants or doping materials. Now, you can give charge to colloidal particles to reduce their attraction, increase their stability, avoid any kind of steric hindrance or repulsion, and also for chemical capping purpose so that interaction with some other molecule becomes easier. So the purpose of doping the particles could be different, and on the basis of that, you will have to choose specific ions to coat the colloidal particles. These ions are what we call as counter ions. Now we will understand how to synthesize these colloidal particles in the next video.